Nobody wants to
Hey, welcome back to Steve Reads a Comic. What's up, Steve?
What it do, player?
What's up, Rob?
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
We already had a podcast.
Hey, we read DC. We read DC. I got to wear a Superman shirt.
Rob's like, let me go find my Superman shirt from when I was 19.
I had to reset all my fucking shit for DC Comics because it was like it forgot that I was a member.
I've been watching Batman animated series with the kids too, so we're all
good stuff.
We're all DC this week.
I like Batman.
I was telling Sean, like, when I was watching this, like, every episode just came back. All these memories came flooding in, you know. I couldn't tell you anything that happened before I watched it, but once I started watching them, you know, I saw Clayface, I saw Harley, I saw Mark Hamill's Joker. Like, I was like, I know exactly what happens in this episode. It was crazy.
We watched the shit out of that show. It came out 92,
yep.
late summer 92.
Same time as the Captain America movie we watched.
This was a lot better though, but yeah, that show still stands up. I have all of them on. I bought them. They put out a Blu-ray version a few years ago, like a deluxe Blu-ray version set that had a digital code. So I have them all on my Vudu account. I know they're all available on HBO Max now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just put them on all the time. I do Saturday morning cartoons every Saturday and Sunday, even though it's not Saturday. But like when I wake up, the whole family's always asleep. Come out to the living room. I will just put on cartoons. Sometimes I'll pay attention. Sometimes I'll just play on my phone. Sometimes I fall back asleep. But it's just there's some comfort in, since I didn't really get to watch Saturday night morning cartoons from like 84 on or whatever until this came out in 92. We had TV then, but I just like to put it on, and that's one of the shows that ends up on there besides like He-Man and all the other stuff. Ghostbusters.
And that animated series, that Batman animated series, has that dark, melancholy kind of Tim Burton feel too, you know. Yep. So I love it.
It's got the theme song from the Tim Burton Batman movies, reworked a little bit.
Yeah, it's reworked a little.
Dude, Bruce Timm, I didn't know this. I was watching some behind the scenes on the old He-Man show from 1983. Bruce Timm worked on that. He did a lot sense. He's been in animation for a long time. Because Filmation kept all their jobs in America, from what I understand, which is why they're not around anymore. Because they got priced out of the business, basically. But yeah, that Batman animated series, they're re-releasing the Mask of the Phantasm. They're putting it on 4K finally next month.
And you'll buy another copy.
I already got pre-ordered. So it's already pre-ordered. Very excited.
I remember starting that movie, and then
that's a really good movie.
Yeah,
you should watch that.
I remember the intro, and then I had never finished it for some reason.
I guess this is the first time they're releasing it in its proper theatrical aspect ratio, 185:1. All the other releases are either 178:1, which fills the screen, which looks great. But I guess it was actually filmed in full frame because it was initially going to be a TV movie. So I guess the proper way to watch it is actually the full frame version, but I prefer to watch it in widescreen.
What's your favorite Batman animation movie?
Oh, well, yeah, probably that one.
That one's the best? Wow, okay. I definitely need to check this out.
I really like the Batman Ninja Turtles one. Surprise, surprise. That's actually really good, though, too. But I love the crossover with the Ninja Turtles.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
There's a...
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Did you see it?
Mask of the Phantasm is probably the best one. Yeah, so Steve saw... Oh, this is your spoiler warning. August 9th, 2023. Spoilers. Yeah. Spoilers ahead for everything we mentioned. Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Steve went and saw it.
Yes.
Tell us.
And I have someone... I mean, I haven't told you this yet because I wanted to save it for the podcast, but I had one of those experiences at the movie theater.
Where you pee your pants?
No. It was that moviegoer that was there and completely fucking annoying. But I can't blame the guy because he was like a 35-year-old autistic guy.
Oh, so, autistic or like mentally disabled?
He was rocking a lot, so I thought maybe he had some autism. He was very high on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And he repeated everything on screen.
Oh, okay.
The whole movie.
Oh man.
Everything. As soon as someone said dialogue, he would repeat it loudly.
Wow.
But at the same time, the theater, I go to this theater because they always crank the volume up really high, which is good. So some of the things he was repeating got drowned out, but most of the stuff, it was really annoying. But at the same time, like Rob and I have a cousin that's autistic, and she loves music. Like music brings her so much joy, And I'm like, if this guy, if he gets joy from this movie, like if he's a Ninja Turtle fan, like, it's great. It's awesome. But at the same time, like, you got to take him to the 5 o'clock show? Like, you couldn't take him to the noon show while everybody was at work, It was just like, come on, man. But like I said, I gritted through it, and once
you go by yourself, or you take the kids?
No, me and the kids went.
Okay.
Kristen was still she had to do something, so it was just me and the kids.
Yeah, I bet she did.
What? No, she went out with her friends from work or whatever.
Yeah, because she really wanted to go see that.
No, I mean, she goes see movies with us, dude.
Right, but not that one.
Okay, whatever, dude. So anyway, me and the kids went, and we freaking loved it, dude. Like every part of that movie, we had so much fun. The kids, as soon as they got home, they were quoting lines from it. They're like,
nice.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
What was this? Dad, we don't even have nipples. That's one of the lines. Because in the movie, like Splinter keeps. And by the way, I love Jackie Chan as Splinter.
Right.
I thought it was perfect, But Splinter was always warning the kids, like, you're gonna get milked, And like we're like you're watching the movie for the first time, like, what the fuck is Splinter talking about? You're gonna get milked. And of course, they end up getting milked at the end of the movie. They're set up on some machine that's like draining their like DNA or what? Yeah, their blood from them. They're like, we're getting milked. But yeah, the kids go around the house and they're like, we don't even have nipples, Dad. How can we get milked?
Excellent.
So, and of course, we're saying bacon, egg, and cheese and Ray Filet. But dude, I loved everyone. I love the cast. Ice Cube did a great job. The Superfly. I love the Superfly, Super Duper Fly, the Missy Elliott reference. I mean, I was just having a great time. And there was a lot of references that I didn't even understand that the kids knew, like, because they're on YouTube all the time. So I don't know what's fresh and what's hot. And they're telling me what the song.
You said fresh.
Yeah, exactly. That's how old I am. So the kids were telling me the song Butter. I was like, I have no idea.
Boomer.
Exactly.
But
dude, it was a great time, man. And the story was good. That Sean is definitely correct. They went right after that Amazing Spider-Man plot, pretty much.
Explain that.
Dude, it was so much fun, man.
Explain that.
The Amazing Spider-Man lizard. Dr. Connors becomes a lizard.
Yeah.
Decides he's going to turn everybody into lizards.
Yeah.
Creates a device on top of a tall building. New Yorkers come and help Spider-Man stop him.
And it was New York.
It's New York. Superfly's going to turn everybody into mutants. He's got actually I don't know where the device was. He just turned into a kaiju kind of. But he was really tall, so he's kind of like a building. They had to stop him, and New Yorkers come and help him ultimately.
Yeah,
I just found out today in a little bit of trivia is when Splinter is on the ground and all the humans start walking up on him at the end of the movie, and he's scared because of his previous experience with humans. The first guy that talks to him is voiced by Kevin Eastman. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I did not know really that when I watched it, but yeah, I just read that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like Superfly he has some machine to make everybody mutants, to solve the problem of people hating them. And something goes wrong with the machine, and that's when he turns into this giant kaiju or this giant fly. But he ends up tripping. Like there's still like mutagen or something going on around his body. So he gets really big, but he trips and falls into the Brooklyn Zoo or whatever. So when he comes out, he's got like all these animals that are like mutated on him or whatever. And there's just like this giraffe like right on his face. And it's just sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? And like the giraffe's eye is blinking and everything. And he's got like horses on his legs and everything. So he's just walking around downtown creating havoc with all these like animals stuck to him. You know, it was really, I mean, the animation was gorgeous, you know, like just look, if I didn't know anything, if I had no audio, I would be amazed at just looking at this animation. And it was so much fun to see the turtles going in, and they were great. They were teenagers. They were having fun. It was a real, I can't wait to see this again.
One of my favorite lines is the Ferris, when they go watch Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
They're like fantasizing about going to high school, and they're like, man, I want to go to high school. They're like, is this what high school's like? He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're in high school, you can just hijack any parade you want.
Yeah. I had to tell the kids about Ferris Bueller afterwards. I was like, this is a great movie too. We'll have to watch this.
My kids love Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Darling Donkey.
So, I mean, Rob, it was great, man. You really enjoy it.
It's a fun movie. It just is. It's a fun experience. It's lightweight.
I'll wait for it to come out on Sean's Voodoo.
It definitely needs some more action. Like Sean said last time.
Ninja action.
Splinter had a pretty cool action scene at the end. But as far as the turtles go, they could have definitely had more action in this movie with them. But how's it doing? Did it do all right? Hopefully it gets another...
It opened well. It's not doing Barbie numbers or anything, but they're pretty happy with it. It wasn't a super expensive movie. Barbie and Oppenheimer still. I'm going to see Oppenheimer tomorrow with Logan.
Nice. Yeah, one of the things that surprised me in this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is all the villains at the end of this movie. They were all friends, like Bebop, Rocksteady. They were all on the same team. So. I mean, in another movie, I don't know if there's something that separates them, but right now they're all like mutants, ganging together. So
it makes an interesting scenario. Plus the fact that the Ninja Turtles end up enrolled in high school, it's like, wow, this is a completely different direction for the franchise.
And I've never seen. They take off their masks. They're going to high school. I'm like, put your mask back on.
You look fucking weird now. I don't know why, but you need the mask on.
Right. But yeah, they had a little happy ending there. They get to go to school and everybody accepts them, you know.
Yeah.
So
be careful what you wish for.
Right. But it was
I really
great,
like this portrayal of April too. It's probably my favorite, April O'Neil.
Yeah.
She was great. Splinter's great. I like everybody in the movie. Every single character was enjoyable, funny, whatever, likable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun, solidly enjoyable movie. It moves quick. It's only 90 minutes long or so. It's great. It's really, and I think it's doing well enough. I don't know what the final box office is going to be, but hopefully it continues to do well. Kind of reboots the franchise yet again.
Yeah, I would love to see another film from this same team.
They've already greenlit a second movie, so that's good.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Okay, yeah.
They're coming out with like they greenlit 2 seasons of a TV show based in this universe, and then another movie. So, pretty cool stuff for the Ninja Turtles coming back strong.
Dude, a second movie with them, they're more confident in their fighting ability. Oh, come on.
Yeah, get some more action in the next one. Hopefully.
That's nice.
And more Genghis Frog, man. Hannibal Buress got shortchanged. I want to see more Hannibal, or I want to see more Genghis Frog.
Yeah.
Don't patronize me.
I had
245 mil so far.
What was the budget?
Ninja Turtle movie?
Yeah.
What was the budget?
Dude, it only made $43 million opening weekend. Is that worldwide?
Which one is this? Is this the wrong one?
Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah, I think you're looking at the 2014 movie.
I'm looking at Shadows. Oh, shit. What is this? Mutant Mayhem?
Yeah, it did $43 million.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, 51 so far.
Yeah. So we'll see what it does this next weekend.
What was the budget?
$70 million.
70. Okay.
So I think it'll be okay. I don't know, but
it needs the double.
it needs to at
Double
least
that.
double. Typically, you need to triple your budget to
Yeah.
truly make a profit.
It's only been
on
out 1
movies.
week, right?
Yeah, but they get a lot of. You got to remember though, the one difference between this and a lot of other movies is they got the toys out there. They got the merchandise.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps too. Steve, make sure you go buy that stuff for your kids. Don't be a bad father.
Right.
They got a lot of cool toys out. They do. It's a lot of looks like a lot of remake of the toys that we had. The turtle van, and and the figures obviously.
Dude, I was looking at the shell and everything. The shell and the weapons. I'm like, yeah, put that on, kids.
Yeah, get it.
And
get it.
Go hop in the sewer like daddy.
And then go crawl in the sewer. Follow your father's footsteps.
Follow me. I know the way.
So nobody's seen Barbie yet? Still just me?
No, we almost went last week, but we didn't go.
Oh man, it's so funny, man. It's a really enjoyable movie.
Yeah,
there's so many lines that are worth quoting.
That movie is crushing it. Good Lord.
It is. It's having a moment.
Well, that's cool. You're going to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Logan really wants me to see it, so that's why I'm honestly not like super stoked to see it. I don't really care about. I like I said, I told Logan. I asked him after he saw it. I said, "Is it just a bunch of guys talking about stuff for the whole movie and then a bomb?" And he's like, "Yeah," but he's like, "There's some stuff after the bomb too." He's like, "There's a trial." I'm like, okay. I don't know why it needs to be 3 hours. I don't know why it needs to be in 70 millimeter IMAX to watch people have conversations.
I don't know why they can't make the sound quality better.
He didn't. He had no complaints about the audio. So, and I can't imagine, other than the music, since again it's not an action movie. Other than the music, there shouldn't really be anything to drown out the sound. You know,
he's got 20-year-old ears. I have 50-year-old ears.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Rob's got one of those freaking.
Well, dude, I'm probably more deaf than Rob is, to be honest. Just all the damage from going to concerts.
Those phonograph things.
If I lay on my right side, my right ear is my good ear. If I lay on my right side, I can barely hear what's going on around me with my left ear. It's pretty bad. Not good.
And you guys don't even pump up the volume like I do. Why do I have the best hearing?
Well, I pump up the volume on music. I don't go so loud with music in the car is probably too loud. And then again, all the fucking concerts. I wasn't going to see Clint Black, Steve. I was going to shows where they
those violins. Volume. Those violins can get ear piercing.
Violins. A lot of distortion on those fiddles.
What do you call the guitar that's on that looks like a piano? It's on like a
the dulcimer.
Dulcimer.
Yeah, that's Steve. Or pedal steel, the pedal steel guitar. That's what that is. I think you're thinking of.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. I had a country phase. Come on. Nothing wrong with that. Clint Black.
So much wrong with that.
He's still awesome. I still listen to him. I love Clint Black.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. God damn, man. He ain't that old.
Is he still putting out music?
I don't know about that. I haven't listened to new country in about 20 years. So, yeah, there probably is a lot of bass now in country. There probably is a lot of bass.
Well, there's hip hop now. So
is that what it's called?
Yeah, hip hop, where they rap.
Yeah,
but it's country people rapping.
Right.
That's the thing I've learned about that exists. That's a real thing.
Worst two genres to meld.
Right. Hip hop.
That makes me hurt right now. So I started watching the MCU movies with the kids. We watched the Hulk, Incredible Hulk last week. And the kids absolutely loved it. They loved it.
Yes,
they loved it better. They loved it better than Iron Man.
Dude, the Hulk appeal, especially to young boys, man. I remember running around the Akron Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I would unbutton my shirt, and I'd have a Hulk underoos shirt on, and I would chase Bill Swanson around the church in a circle. Awesome. Yeah, pretending I was the Hulk.
Dude, when he said Hulk smash in the movie, Dom lost his shit, dude. He was like, I know what he's gonna say. I know, buddy. I know.
I
So
really like the look of
did-
that Hulk too, because he's so ripped. He's just so veiny and jacked.
Mm-hmm.
I that's my favorite look for the Hulk, and then they kind of slimmed him down and just made him bulky after that. I liked
Did
that
you,
super jacked steroid version.
Yeah, he's got like horizontal like striations across his pecs and everything in this one. I was like, damn.
Did you like it better than what you had? Because you always crap.
I did like it. I put my qualms aside that I had in the past, and I just was like, it's not that bad, And there was a lot. I didn't think action happened until much later, but they had something in the beginning, something in the middle, something in the end. A lot in the end, which was sweet.
My favorite part is the middle scene at the college with Emil Blonsky when he kicks him into that tree and he just goes rolling. Like, I love that.
Yeah, I was like, you're not getting up from that, dude. Yeah,
He didn't.
No, he did. He recovered.
Well,
he recovered quickly in the hospital.
Well,
right.
He didn't get up immediately, but
oh yeah, I meant he wasn't dead. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the fact that you put that last is just dumb. Like, it's so much better than every Ant-Man movie, every Doctor Strange movie, almost every Thor movie.
No, I put it last until the last bunch of movies.
It's better than all that shit.
I haven't done a new list in a while. After all these last movies that come out,
it's better than Black Panther. I don't care what anybody says. There's no cool scenes in Black Panther. Like, nobody ever talks about the fight scenes in Black Panther. You know why? Because they're not good.
Yeah, they do. They talk about the end scene with the CGI.
Black Panther was
how terrible it was. You mean?
Black Panther was. I like Black Panther better than the Hulk, dude.
No, not me. No. It just didn't have.
He fucking looks cooler. He looks cool as fuck, man. Plus, they had some decent.
The Black Panther suit is awesome. Yeah, the Black Panther suit is great, but again, the action did not deliver in that movie at all.
Well, I thought that one was more story driven. I like the story better in that one.
Yeah, but that's not why I'm there for the comic book movie, man.
Well, it didn't. It's not like it lacked action. There was action,
It wasn't good action, and that again, like Rob was saying, that CGI in that final fight scene,
that was not good.
It was terrible, and it was a terrible fight scene.
Yeah.
I don't know whose idea it was to have their suits melting off of them every 10 seconds, but that was just dumb. Like, we want to see them in their suits and fighting. I hate that. It's that whole Spider-Man mask ripped off thing. Like, I don't want to see I want to see Tobey Maguire fighting. I want to see Spider-Man. I'm not here for Tobey Maguire from the Ice Storm. I want to see Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that Hulk surpassed Thor: The Dark World this time. So.
I hope so.
It made some headway.
It's a lot better than
on my list. Yeah, I didn't think that one was as bad as everyone said too.
Go back and watch it.
I laughed a lot in that one. I thought I had a lot of good jokes in that one.
I don't think it was supposed to be that funny though.
What's her scientist friend? I can't.
Darcy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I do like Darcy.
I love her. Yeah. Dude. She cracks me up. Dude, when he comes in,
but she's not enough to carry that movie.
When the Skarsgård guy comes in with no pants, he's just walking around. It's fucking great.
Yeah, they played Thor as a comedic character from the start, and the more I think about that, I'm like, that's just wrong. He's a god, and we have no respect for this dude.
They really went off the rails though in later movies, man. They went way too far with
the Hulk being on Hulk action, and as a Hulk fan, I appreciated that. The non-Hulk stuff could have absolutely been better, but the Hulk stuff delivered. It was exactly what I wanted to see the Hulk doing. When he picks up a car, smashes it, makes it into giant boxing gloves, and starts punching. Like, it had everything I'd ever wanted to see. Almost, he's fighting the Abomination.
You always told me about the Hawk and how awesome he was, but it didn't hit me until that first Avengers movie, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I get the Hawk. I understand, especially when he saved Tony Stark when he caught him at the end.
Yeah. Joss Whedon did a great job with the Hulk.
When he punches Thor there, I mean, it has so many great scenes in that Avengers movie.
See, and that's with the Hulk and Abomination destroying the city, it makes sense. Unlike Man of Steel, where it's Superman destroying the city, which is an odd choice for Superman again. And let's kind of segue into Kingdom Come. If everybody read this, written by Mark Waid, art by Alex Ross. You may remember him from Marvel's. I thought this was a great Superman story. I think it's a lot about Superman. Obviously, it's from the perspective of Roy McKay, or I forget the guy's name.
Norman McKay.
Norman McKay. I just kept calling him Colonel Sanders. He just looked like Colonel Sanders to me. But I thought this was another great take. Mark Waid is known for his love of Superman, so I'm not really surprised. But another great take on Superman this time. What I like about Kingdom Come, so Marvel's came out back in 94. I think this came out 2 or 3 years later. Let me look it up real quick. And let me get about 2 years later, DC came along and was like, hey, Alex Ross, your artwork is amazing. Let's do something. And so I think they saw the success of Marvel's. What's cool about Marvel's is it's at the beginning of the Marvel universe, and this is at kind of the end of the DC universe, so to speak. Everybody's old. Superman's old. Wonder Woman, Batman, everybody, ages. And their time as superheroes has passed, and a younger generation has come along, and they're very reckless.
But
selfish.
It only really passed because Superman went into hiding,
Right.
And then the rest of the original Justice League kind of followed suit because they're like, well, if Superman lost hope, everybody else is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And he goes into retirement. And where is that? I'm trying to find this character that was in Suicide Squad, because
I didn't know why Superman went in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lady Magog, or whatever her name is.
Magog. I wasn't sure why Superman went into retirement. Like because
Lois died.
Yeah, I had to read that. Did they say that in the comic?
Huh?
Did they say that in the comic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have
like
missed
twice.
It. Oh, okay. But yeah, I guess the Joker killed like Lois and a bunch of people at the Daily Planet, and then Magog killed the Joker.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why did that send Superman into hiding? Like, why couldn't he face Magog? Because that was a big thing in the
Magog.
Magog.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't gonna.
Whatever, Magog.
I knew what he was talking about. I speak
tomato, whatever.
I speak Bob.
But I was like, why is it seemed like Superman was fearful of this Magog guy. So I'm like,
I think it was fearful of what he wanted to do to him. I think that's the vibe I got. Is that what you got, Sean?
I'm having trouble remembering, and it's funny because I just finished reading it, and
because the only thing like the person that Superman was afraid of in this comic was Captain Marvel, because he had powers similar to Superman. But I'm like, why is
plus they're magical powers?
I could see like Superman being distraught because Lois is dead and then going into hiding. But why is he afraid of Magog?
Oh, okay. This is why.
I don't think he was afraid of Captain Marvel. I just think he knew that he couldn't defeat Captain Marvel. I don't think he feared him.
No, I know he didn't fear Captain Marvel. He feared Magog.
I thought he feared what he might do to Magog.
Oh, you're saying Superman feared that he might kill him?
Right. That's what I thought. I never thought he feared like he couldn't defeat him.
That makes sense.
Feared what he might do to him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because of his emotional state of Lois dying.
Yeah, well, he almost fucking burnt down the UN at the end. We almost had a Zack Snyder Superman at the end there.
So I was just rifling through the comic because I don't think that was fleshed out really well, but I think it had to do with the fact that, Magog killed Joker. He killed Lois Lane. I think it had to do with public opinion and the death of Lois Lane. Public opinion was very pro Magog. They wanted this more violent superhero who would kill people like the Joker.
Well,
I think Superman
Yeah.
Well, I think Superman was just like the people have chosen their hero and it's not me kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I wish they would have said that in the comic.
Well, they kind of did.
Not really.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
As going through, I had to like rifle through it, but yeah, they basically said that, but not. It wasn't. It was more subtext, more than it was overt.
Well, they mentioned it quite a few times about him being outdated, or old school.
Right.
And Macog was this new, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes,
Yeah.
And it went against Superman's values.
So you're saying he didn't face Magog the whole time because he thought that's what the people wanted?
He just stepped down, basically. Yeah, he just stepped down. It wasn't out of fear, but he was, Lois Lane was dead, and yeah, like Rob said, there might be something to that. Maybe he was Mongal. That's who I was thinking of. I thought for some reason she was related to Magog, but I just got her name mixed up, so never mind. Mongal is not related to Magog. Disregard my previous statement.
So anyway, in the original Justice League's absence, a new brood of superheroes exists, and they're kind of more like, yeah, whatever. They don't have the same.
They don't have a problem killing people.
And they don't care about, much like Zack Snyder's Superman, they don't care about what happens as collateral damage while they're having these epic fights, basically.
Right.
And again, in yet another demonstration that if Zack Snyder had read anything besides The Dark Knight Returns, he would know that Superman cares more for human life than anything. The value of human life is more kryptonite to him than actual kryptonite. Like, he cares deeply about humans. So to watch Man of Steel and to watch the insane destruction and to watch basically millions of people die in Metropolis because he wants to punch this man so bad is so it's the cognitive dissonance there for somebody who, and I'm not a hardcore Superman fan. I'm a Superman fan, but not hardcore. Rob's got a shirt. He's probably a more hardcore fan than I am.
Not really.
I don't even have a Superman shirt, but I remember watching that back in 2013, 10 years ago. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is Hulk behavior. This isn't Superman behavior. And when Superman shows up, they have that great splash page and he's got the black instead of the yellow in the S, which is kind of an interesting little change. And what does he do? He saves the people on the bridge and in the tram car and deals with the superhumans, as they call them. They didn't really call them superheroes or villains, but deals with the superhumans while rescuing people, because what is the point of Superman if not to save people? So something that went way over Zack Snyder's head and all the Snyder bros out there who are like, Snyderverse is awesome. Superman should just murder everyone.
And I like
that's a different movie.
I like in this comic too that Superman knows Bruce Wayne also values human life too, because you know how Superman and Batman have their subtle differences, but in the main scheme of things, they're on the same page. And at one point, Bruce is kind of like, let's just let these superheroes kill each other,
Yeah.
Because they're, but Superman knows that Bruce Wayne values human life and he won't let him do that,
That was a good misdirect by the comic, because I was like, oh, shit, man, Batman is fucking going off the deep end. And then he was just doing it. He had a plan. I should have known.
Always got a plan.
Anybody that knows Batman is the plan was for everyone to think that. And he fucking he had John with him, Martian Man. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. I was like, that got me. I was like, that's good writing. I was like, because I know fucking Batman, and if this guy's writing Batman like he should, then Batman would never do that. And sure enough,
he was just trying to get close to Captain Marvel.
Yep, that was it. He was just trying to figure out what the fuck Lex was up to.
Yeah, but you think he's teamed up with with Lex and everybody.
That was a nice twist with Martian Manhunter too. I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then then they showed him like going through something, his cup, and I was like, oh, it's John.
So Bruce in the beginning teamed up with, I love the acronym MILF, the
MLF.
The Mankind Liberation Front, which Lex and a bunch of other people, I think Oliver Queen was part. Oh no, wait, no,
he was with
Oliver
Bruce.
was with
He was just with a bunch of like human high ups, senators and stuff like that. And their main goal was basically to keep the superheroes out of it. Like let mankind control their own destiny.
Right. That's always been Lex Luthor's thing is, man above alien, man above superhero, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that made sense. Yeah, and there's so many characters in this I don't know because I don't know DC
there's a lot
comics nearly as well.
Right, like Von Bach. Von Bach, like his death was a pivotal scene in this comic, and I'm like, who the fuck is Von Bach? Like
evidently a German.
Right,
superhero.
I did know the Spectre though. When the Spectre showed up right away, I was like, okay, I know the Spectre. I don't know much about him. I've just seen him. He's kind of almost like the Watcher in this.
I still don't know his purpose, and I've watched a whole cartoon on the guy, and I still fucking don't know what his purpose is.
I don't either. I was like, is this is like a Christmas Carol, like Ghost of Christmas Past,
kind of like what
Ghost of Christmas Future? That's basically what this was. Spectre was just taking Norman McKay around and showing them different, things.
They had a full movie, full-length cartoon on him, and he was a little bit more involved in the cartoon, but he wasn't like Sean said. He's kind of like the Watcher.
So like he just goes around. He needs somebody like a human host or something, or what?
No,
like we don't know. We just told you we don't know.
From the cartoon, he was a person, and he got kind of like Boston. Do you know who Boston is? Boston was in this comic too. He was the guy with the skull that was kind of red.
Oh, Deadman.
The Deadman, yeah. He just floats around and kind of.
I know him as Deadman. I don't know his actual name.
I think it's Boston is his name.
Oh, okay.
But I think he's in Batman. Is he in the Batman ones? Maybe it's Constantine. He's in the I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I recognize that man again. I don't know much about him.
I think it's the same guy. I don't know. I'm curious.
This whole comic, Spectre was dragging Norman McKay around the whole time, saying you have to be the judge. You have to pass judgment before I can do anything. And what did Norman McKay do? Did he do anything? I thought Captain Marvel was the one that ended up doing shit in the end.
Yeah.
He did plead. He pled his case to superheroes. That was basically what he did was remind Superman of who he was.
Oh, that's what it was.
That was pretty pivotal towards the end there.
Deadman is Boston Brand. I didn't know his last name, but that's the same character.
Does anybody else wish that we had superhero themed Planet Hollywood style restaurants after reading this?
Right? Hell yeah, man! Planet Krypton. I want those to open up all around the United States. I will frequent those establishments.
What'd you think of the ending? Like the post ending,
the epilogue?
Yeah.
Where
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was nice that it had
Wonder Woman and
Wonder Woman's pregnant with Clark's child.
Yeah. I mean, that makes more sense, but I like the vibe from the Justice League cartoons where Batman and Wonder Woman are kind of flirt with each other. But she's immortal, so I get why Superman and Wonder Woman, that makes more sense in the long run,
Well, yeah, if you watch the wisdom of Brody Bruce from Mallrats, where he says only Wonder Woman could withstand a load from his cock. So it really only makes sense.
Load like a shotgun right through her back.
Yeah. So.
hey, tell me you guys saw Phil Sheldon at the end.
Oh, was he in that?
Dude,
I did not notice that.
Dude. Phil Sheldon from the Marvels comic we read last time.
He had a little cameo. They did a crossover.
Dude, at the very end. I'll send you. I took a screenshot of it. I'll send it to you guys.
Who's that, Phil?
Phil Sheldon, the main character, the reporter.
From Marvels.
The freelance photographer.
Oh, really?
That dude was sitting next to Norman McKay and this.
When they were in the restaurant?
In the epilogue?
He's sitting there. He's got the same hat, same clothes, the eye patch. I was like, oh, dude, Fucking.
I gotta go see this now. Hang on, I'm pulling it up right now because I want to see it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there he is.
I was like, Alex Ross put that dude in there intentionally.
That's fucking great. That's great.
I was like, oh, how sweet is that,
dude? That's a good catch, out, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see that. That was a
fuck no.
Didn't even notice that guy.
Yeah, I mean that's him, right? I'm not going crazy.
No, for sure, dude.
I like this story better than the other one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I prefer the other one
I
ultimately,
like the other
but
one better too.
Really,
because I just prefer the ground level Marvel superheroes. And this is, again, it's gods. It's gods warring amongst each other. It's not that it's a worse story. It's just it's my personal preference of why I've always preferred Marvel to DC. Is I like the more ground level type characters.
Yeah,
dude. You know what ticks me off is they were talking about Billy Batson, Captain Marvel, Shazam. I'm like, well, who the fuck is this guy?
He's all the same.
Pick a fucking name,
Okay, well, his name. Okay, Shazam. I'll explain it to you because I grew up loving this character. Shazam is the wizard.
Correct.
At this point, Shazam is the wizard. Billy Batson turns into Captain Marvel. That's it. And he says Shazam to turn into it and to use lightning bolts. But Shazam is the wizard who granted him his powers.
Okay.
Now, eventually, it just made DC finally decided to, because Marvel had their own Captain Marvel. DC eventually decided to just rename Captain Marvel to Shazam because it just didn't make sense for them to have a character named Captain Marvel when they're competing with Marvel. It was just confusing, I'm guessing. And
plus it's free advertising for Marvel. You don't want the Marvel name in a DC comic.
So DC had Captain Marvel before Marvel had Captain Marvel?
I think so. I don't know the full history, but probably. But I don't think Captain Marvel was originally a DC character. I think he was created by somebody else and then like another company, and then eventually DC bought that company or something. I'm not sure. There was a lot of that going on back in the day. There were more comic book companies, and that something like Timely Comics became Marvel Comics, but Marvel Comics also bought other companies, and DC bought other companies, and so on and so on. So I don't know the full history, but yeah, back then, before the MCU, that was the more popular Captain Marvel. I knew there was a Captain Marvel in the Marvel universe, but he wasn't very popular.
Nobody,
and he didn't really get popular until they I think killed him off and had Carol Danvers take his place. Basically, like he wasn't like a big character.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like, just pick a fucking name. Jesus Christ.
Well, they did, and it was fine. And then the MCU came along, and it just they're like, okay, we're just going to rename him Shazam. The wizard's name is Shazam. Shazam's name is Shazam. He says Shazam. Everything's Shazam. His penis name is Shazam. It's all Shazam. He Shazams while he's Shazamming his Shazam.
At school, you can call him Billy Batson.
Batson. Nice try, right?
Yeah.
You almost had. Yeah, I mean, it was good. I did enjoy it, but I'm with Sean. I like the Marvels better.
I like the ending a lot.
This was really good, though. They were both very good.
Yes, and like I said, it's just a preference. It's not even. Again, a part of it is just familiarity with the Marvel universe. I have a lot less familiarity with the DC, with all the a lot of the heroes I don't recognize. Sometimes I was like, is this a hero created for this comic, or is this a hero that's been around for 75 years? I don't know. I don't have the knowledge there, but I thought it was a great Superman story. I liked when he was getting ready to tear down the UN building. And that's when that guy showed up, when Colonel Sanders showed up and basically talked to him and reminded him of what makes Superman Superman. And it was really cool. I love that kind of stuff because it's nice to see. I know a lot of people think that's corny, Superman's corny, but no, that's the whole point of Superman. Is like he has all this power and he chooses to use it the way he does, basically, instead of lording over us. But for the whole beginning of the comic, he was kind of starting to lord over us, to stop making decisions, what to do with these people, and Wonder Woman, I feel like always gets portrayed as like this almost bloodthirsty warrior in so many things. Apparently she is. She's raised by warrior women and she's always just ready to kill. Like if we ever read Injustice or watch the Injustice adaptation, you'll see it there too, where she's always just like, time to murder.
Right. That's exactly how she was in this comic. She's like, come on, man, it's time to put down.
But even she had her come to Jesus moment though too, when Batman flew her up and was like, hey, we can keep fighting, or we can deal with these nuclear weapons that are about to kill all these people. And she kind of snapped out of her bloodlust.
Yeah, and that's when Billy Batson, what did Clark say? Clark said you had to be the one to make the choice. It was either, kill the
because he was human, but he also was a superhero.
That's right.
He's both. Yeah. He lived in both worlds.
Right. So it was either save the humans or save the superheroes.
And instead, he sacrificed himself and
tried to save everybody.
I mean, some people died still, but yeah, he. So yeah, even Captain Marvel or Shazam, to not be confusing, Shazam had a great moment. Dude, it's just a great comic story. Another thing that I would love to see adapted to the big screen. Instead, maybe somebody like, James Gunn. This is what's cool about James Gunn. He's talked about doing Elseworlds. I don't know if you noticed a little Elseworlds stamp on the covers, but that's something I don't know if they still do it. But when DC would do a story like this that wasn't part of current continuity, they would just call it an Elseworlds tale. Marvel's version of that was the What If series, basically. But Elseworlds is great because you could tell stories like this. And James Gunn said they're going to do Elseworlds stuff. And so who knows? We might get an adaptation of this. Like, that would be so fucking epic, man.
That'd be sweet, man. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I did really enjoy this one. And the writing was spot on.
Maybe we'll have Henry Cavill back as Superman. Henry Cavill back as Superman to do an older Superman. And
that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. Or the one where he's about to light up the UN.
Yeah. Did you read about Gal Gadot? Like,
Gal Gadot
back?
No, I thought it was good.
Or she claims, Gal Gadot claims that
confirmed by.
No,
James?
She claims that James Gunn and what's his name, Peter Safran, said they're going to work with her on developing a Wonder Woman 3. So that could mean a lot of things. She might just be a producer.
Yeah.
She might have story ideas. She might be in the movie. I don't really care. I just don't care about she was fine as Wonder Woman. She looks like a great Wonder Woman. She's not a great actor, but she definitely looks the part. So I would agree with
everything you just said.
I'm completely nonplussed by her involvement. I know that's going to make a lot of people happy. I don't give a shit.
I just read something in Inverse today that it was talking about the Fantastic Four movie for
Vanessa
Marvel.
Kirby might be cast in it.
Oh, well, no. I saw the article and I was reading it because you sent us that casting thing.
Yeah.
But I was reading it and it was talking like the release date for this movie is 2 years away. And like it was saying, I think it was written before that article you sent us. It was saying the movie's got a set date of 2 years from now and they haven't even released the casting. They haven't released anything. And they were talking about how, maybe Marvel, the story is basically how Marvel was kind of gone over its head. And, it's like, what are they doing? And it was talking about how he compared it to what James Gunn is doing and said, James, because Superman is due about 2 years from now as well. And how they're just writing this one story. They've already got the casting and how it's much further in development, even though Fantastic Four, they talked about it 4 or 5 years ago. Once Disney bought everything. So I was just comparing the two and I was like, wow, yeah, that's true. I forgot about Fantastic Four until you sent it.
Do you think that's because there was a hiccup with Jonathan Majors at all? Or
No, I don't think Fantastic Four has anything
I don't think that even... I love the hypocrisy of Disney, though. They get very upset and they'll fire actors for stuff unless they've already filmed an entire TV series with them. In that case, they will not have any commentary about their allegations or their court case because they got a whole second season of Loki to promote. Maybe let's not dwell on the spousal abuser or whatever. It's interesting because it's like I've always said, corporations don't actually care. People always celebrate corporations for
whatever is the best way to get the most money.
That's all they're doing. They don't support diversity. They don't support trans people. They don't unless they think it'll make them money. That's the only reason they do it. It's all fiscal decisions. It's not, they don't have a conscience. They don't give a shit.
That's why they always win.
Right. Well, that's how they keep making money. They don't pay attention to that shit. They just pay attention to what the trend is. Oh, it's trendy to support trans people. Let's get trans people in here.
Dude, have you seen Glenn Ross yet?
I've not seen that, no.
Dude, I just think every corporation is just Alec Baldwin's portrayal in that film. Like that's every corporation.
I do need to watch that.
Yeah, you do.
Dude,
I was reading the latest Moon Knight, and it had Venom in it. They did like a crossover, but Venom's like it's Dylan now. It's
right. Well, that's how the series ended. I don't know if you didn't read the whole series.
No.
When the Donny Cates series ended, it was Dylan was Venom, but the next volume started. Eddie Brock is still, he's like King in Black now, so he's like King of the Symbiotes. But
okay,
who the hell is Dylan?
Dylan's Eddie Brock's son.
Oh, okay.
But in the latest issue of Moon Knight, I'm reading they ganged up together and they're fighting crime. It's pretty. So there's a couple splash pages that look great. It's like Moon Knight and Venom like flying through the air. It looks so good, dude. Yeah, dude. That now that you're talking about Donny Cates, man, you sent me that article where he was in a car crash, dude. Like, tell the listener that that was crazy.
Well, just going off of memory, yeah, I was pretty shocked to find out. I follow Donny Cates on social media. Hadn't heard from him for a while, but that's not uncommon. A lot of people, they just get tired of dealing with all the negative assholes out there, so they just stop using social media. I didn't really think anything of it, even though him and Ryan Stegman had just put out a comic called Vanish fairly recently. It only recently started, and they were really heavily promoting it, and then it kind of just, promotion for it just disappeared.
It vanished.
Yeah, very good. But I guess he showed up at a con recently, from what I understand, and I think this was on Bleeding Cool. So if you want to verify anything I'm saying, basically he was in a terrible car accident. I think he was in the back seat too, from what I remember, and he got he had a lot of facial damage, and like I think his whole eye socket shattered and stuff, and basically he had suffered a bunch of memory loss, a lot of brain damage, and he literally like couldn't remember. He talked about, he went back and read his own comics and it was like, wow, these are really good. Like he had no, you know what I mean? He's just, it's really sad, but dude, I don't want to tell the story. I don't
learn how to tie his own shoes again and shit.
Yeah. It's like really bad shape and it's very upsetting. But yeah, if Google Donny Cates, and again, I think it was on Bleeding Cool. I guess I could probably verify that. But it was like, whoa. And nuts, I think he'd been keeping it under wraps. I think him and his friends, they, for whatever reason, decided not to.
You always hear about stuff like amnesia and stuff like that, but it's just like, wow, that actually does happen, Yeah. Can you imagine not recognizing any of your work, especially as prolific as he is,
Yeah,
like that is
it's insane. All right, so yeah, the article's on Bleeding Cool. I was in the backseat of a car pulling off the highway when we were hit by a truck from behind, sending my head into not just the middle console but also my open laptop, the result of which shattered my orbital socket, sliced my head open like a grape, and caused a not insignificant amount of bleeding on my brain. He was in a car heading to the airport, and then next thing you know, he's in a hospital, didn't know what happened, and said it's been a weird year. He's back on the mend, better every day. He said, I've had the opportunity to read my own books and have them all be a surprise.
He starts writing a story, and they're like, no, you did that already.
Right. I have this great idea, guys. Like, right. It was a great idea 4 years ago. Fuck. That would be so upsetting. He had to relearn. I've had to relearn how to tie my own shoes and feed myself and all that boring crap. But I assure you, a little brain damage won't stop me from doing whatever it is that I do that you all seem to enjoy so much.
What's that called?
Yeah. There's some photos too. He had some photos of him in the hospital. It's very upsetting. Very sad. And so yeah, but we all wish him well, of course.
But meanwhile, like his comment section is probably like, "Where the fuck are you? Why haven't you given us shit?"
Right. You never know, but yeah, hopefully he's getting the care he needs and the support he needs. Of course, like I said, we're rooting for him. Really, really awesome comic book creator. Very sad to see.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to hear he's on the mend. That's sweet. Because I did read some of his Venom stuff. I read some of his Thor stuff. I enjoyed. So yeah,
loved it. He revamped Venom. Like I said, he is to Venom what Frank Miller was to Daredevil and Batman back in the day. In my opinion, he really made Venom a great character. Venom's always been great because he looked cool. He's never had like a great story until Donny Cates came along, in my opinion.
Oh, we read about the mole people.
Yeah. But yeah, he really took that character to new heights and put him on the map as like a real character, not just a cool looking suit.
You don't like reading that old stuff, Rob?
Oh,
I enjoy that old stuff sometimes.
No, I do too, but it's not quality. But like I said,
that wasn't a good story.
Yeah.
But I enjoy going back mostly, for nostalgia. Same reason I watch He-Man and Masters of the Universe. It's not because it's quality though, but I still find enjoyment in it. Not everything.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Oh, dude, I was watching that the other day.
Did you see the Wonder Twin on the billboard in one of the panels? I saw that.
I did not notice
it was the boy Wonder. I was like, why does that face look familiar? It was the boy Wonder Twin. It was on a billboard in the beginning somewhere when they were fighting in the streets. It was like off to it might have been above the restaurant. I don't know, but there was a.
I did not notice it. I can say that.
I will maybe find it.
We're watching Lego Masters with the kids. The kids love that show. It's like hosted
That's still on?
Yeah, it was like 3 seasons.
It's hosted by Lego Batman.
Yeah, it's Will Arnett is the host. And it's, dude, the kids love Legos. Who doesn't love Lego? So it's just like seeing some of these builds. It's like, oh man, that brings me back to the day. Remember Bill Swanson had all that Lego in his face?
Yeah.
It's just, dude, this Bill had, the guy we knew growing up had a basement just full of he had the monorail and everything.
Yeah.
And Sean and I were so jealous.
He had a dining room table with the monorail on it, basically. It was insane. Yeah. He had a lunchroom table that just all the Legos. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we've got a bunch of pieces that don't don't fit together.
Right. I had one Lego set as a kid. It was a spaceship. I really liked
it. Did you ever get into Technic when Technic came out?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't have the engineering mind or anything like that.
But now I have this 2,000 piece Batmobile or whatever it was. So,
Rob and I used to build cars, and then we'd have we'd have demolition derby things who could last the longest.
Yeah.
Whose car? Yeah.
All right. What else? Any big I don't remember there being any big news or trailers or anything. I know we got Blue Beetle coming out this month.
Talk about Ohio voting.
Oh, I don't want to get into politics. We did our Ohio. We shot down issue 1, so that's the good news.
Huzzah!
Yes.
We had an hour-long podcast before this podcast talking about that.
Ahsoka's coming out this month, so that'll give me. I actually turned on the TV today and was like, "Oh, it's Wednesday. Maybe there's a new TV show," and then there wasn't. There was no new TV show.
I like Murders in the Building. That's back.
Oh, I haven't watched. Maggie told me that was back. We haven't started watching that.
I like it.
Yeah, we haven't started the new season yet.
Keith couldn't handle season 2.
Oh yeah,
he got through season 1. He's the one that got me watching it, and so far
season 2 definitely wasn't as good as season 1.
Season 3, I was shocked. Who's in it?
Yeah. Well, I know Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd are in it.
There you go. I didn't know Meryl Streep was in it. I knew Paul Rudd was in it because of the way season 2 ended. But Meryl Streep, I did not know when she showed up. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I saw her in one of the trailers. So, we do need to watch that. But again, Ahsoka's coming out. I am looking forward to that.
I started watching The Bear, Steve.
Oh, what'd you think? Do you like it at all?
Yeah, I cracked out on it last night. I stayed up way too late watching it. It's pretty good.
What season are you on?
Season 1.
Oh, okay. Season 2 is better than season 1.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of it's just restaurant shit right now.
Dude, the arc of I forget his name, the guy that always is fucking shit up.
Cousin?
Yeah, he's got a great arc in the show, dude. You're gonna love it. Yeah.
I started watching the Twisted Metal show on Peacock because that's a game I used to play, and I think I almost finished the first episode.
So it's not good.
It's okay. No, I think I did finish the first episode. Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't understand why they did this with the Mortal Kombat movie, which I liked overall, but why did they always need to have, and I understand the whole idea of an audience proxy, but they always create a new character. And it's like, you have a cast of characters from across these games. You can't retrofit a story onto this. And not that Twisted Metal has a strong story, because it doesn't. It's literally about people like murderers having destruction derbies, demolition derbies almost is basically what the game
All
is.
I remember is the clown ice cream van or something.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth is the clown's name. And he shows up in the second episode. He looks great. He's played as a comedic device. And I just it's not bad. It's just I just don't get it. I don't understand. And it's violent. They do have violence in it, and there's definitely cars doing things, but I guess in my mind, I'm just like, why the fuck did they make a Twisted Metal TV series? Like, what? I don't even understand it. It doesn't make sense.
Live action?
It's live action.
Really?
It's Anthony Mackie is the main character. Nev Campbell's in it.
Is it bloody?
And yeah, there's gore in it.
Okay.
It's fun. It's got a very light tone to it. And it might be something I go back to when I'm really bored. What I've actually been enjoying is the 2012 Ninja Turtles TV show. That is a fantastic TV show. Probably the best on-screen adaptation of the Ninja Turtles. It's the CGI 2012 Nickelodeon series. Highly recommend that.
Didn't you just watch that? You watching that again?
I never finished it. There's 5 seasons of it, and I just put on episodes here and there to watch it, and so I've been enjoying that. Been on a big Ninja Turtle kick.
Should I watch The Righteous Gemstones? Is that any good?
I liked the first season. I haven't watched the second one yet. I did it. The first season was fun. I love Danny.
Like, were you laughing out loud?
Yeah, I mean, not consistently, but at moments for sure. Danny McBride is a hilarious motherfucker. Yeah. Like, I loved Eastbound and Down. I watched every season of that, and that show is hilarious. So yeah, I love what Danny McBride does, and everybody on Righteous Gemstones is good. It's good stuff. But I don't know. I don't know why. I just haven't been in the mood for that for some reason.
Yeah, I'm just looking for something to watch because, like you said, it's Wednesday and Disney Plus has nothing.
Yeah.
So, there's Foundation on Apple TV, but that's sci-fi shit you guys don't like.
Did you finish that Silo series, or is that still going? It's ongoing, or what?
No, it season 1 ended.
Did you like it?
It was okay. It was different.
I almost started that the other day.
I like Foundation better than Silo, but the acting in Silo is fantastic. I mean, the cast is superb. But it's very slow. I mean, they're in a fucking silo. There's only so much you can do.
I just keep rewatching the shit I've fucking watched 1,000 times. That's what I do.
Well, that's what I usually. That's honestly that comfort food, man. I do that all the time.
Foundation's really good. It's that mind blowing fucking sci-fi shit that's crazy and whacked. And
what's the premise of it?
It's about an empire that he's cloned. And there's 3 different clones in 3 different stages. And they basically, it's like the Empire like rules the galaxy kind of thing. So there's a young version, there's a middle version that is like, he makes all the decisions. And then there's an old clone. So once they reach a certain age, then the other one takes over. And then the other, So it's interesting.
Speaking of clones, I saw that they cloned Tyrone trailer.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Dude, looks great.
When I got time, I want to watch that.
That looks so good.
I know it does, doesn't it?
I started watching that and then I got distracted and I forgot to go back to it. But I liked it's really funny. I like it. I like what I've watched of it so far. I just haven't got back into it because I forgot about it. Because I forget. I have no short-term memory. So I literally forgot I was watching it.
I don't know what else is out there. What We Do in the Shadows is great.
I'm still behind on that. All right, so I got to pick a movie for next week. Do you want to do action or horror?
Action. I'm going to choose that every time over horror.
Steve?
Well, what if I say horror? Who gets the deciding?
Well, I'll be the tiebreaker.
All right, tell me what year the action and what year the horror.
No, it's action or horror. Those are you pick one.
No, I have been wanting to. I'm sorry, Rob. I've been wanting to watch horror.
I just fucking watched like 2 horror movies while I was up in Ohio because of these assholes.
Dude, I want to watch some horror, dude. I'm sorry, Rob. Sean,
all right, I got a good one then. We're gonna go horror. Because,
wait a minute. It's automatically horror. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought there'd be like a drum roll or something.
No, I'm not like that. Because it's one of my favorite horror movies. I think it's on HBO Max. It might be on Amazon Prime. If it's not, I've purchased it on Amazon Prime. It's not on my Vudu. It's not one that translates to other accounts. So, but I can give you my Prime information if you need to watch it. And if we've already watched this, tell me. We might have already watched it.
If I don't have access to it, I'm not watching it.
You'll have access to it.
Is it Evil Dead?
No, it's Sinister. Have we watched that?
Oh, no, but that sounds great. I can't wait.
Sinister.
What was the action movie we could have watched?
There's a few different ones on I got a whole list here, and I was just kind of going.
What were you gonna pick?
I don't know. I didn't really have a good. I have action movies on here, but none that I'm really excited about in this moment. So that's why I went horror, because I was like, you know what? I want to watch a good horror movie too.
I don't like these kind of horror movies.
I love horror. I love the way the state it puts me in, dude.
When I don't show up next week, you'll know why.
Wait a minute, who's the director of Sinister?
Scott Derrickson, I think.
Okay, so it's not that guy I was thinking of.
It's same guy. These guys who did Sinister did the first Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And he was supposed to be on the second Doctor Strange movie, right? And then they switched directors to Sam Raimi there.
Yeah. So, gonna rewatch Sinister and
wait. Why is this your favorite? Is it scary? Is it funny?
Why is it? I don't know if it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It is. I found it scary. Maggie didn't find it scary. I thought it was a very scary movie. I thought it was.
Oh,
it was
shit!
like,
I'm fucked. If Sean thinks,
but everybody has different things that scare them. This scared me for some reason, and I really enjoyed it.
So, should I watch this with the kids or no?
Absolutely, 100%. Watch this with your children, and then just be prepared to stay awake for about a week afterwards.
Oh man, I'm gonna watch it up here. I'm going to crank the volume. Is any of the audio scary, or is it more visual?
There's some audio cues that are scary.
Okay,
for sure.
Oh god, this is going to be great.
It's been a while since I've watched it though. So I am. Let me see if
I'm way behind.
It's on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max. So you're golden.
Nice. Rob, no excuses.
Rob is stone faced.
Dude, I'm so behind on my scary movies, dude. Like, I need to get this shit in gear. I'm sorry, Rob.
This is not a spite to Rob. I just really want to watch a horror movie, and
fucking watch a horror movie. You don't need me to watch it.
I do. I need that
I
communal.
hate freaking horror movies. I didn't say a goddamn thing while we were in Ohio about watching a different movie. I said,
your dad loves horror movies.
I know, and that's why I watch it. But Dad's not here, and I don't give a fuck about you two.
Does Aiden like horror movies at all?
If he'll watch it with me, I'll watch it. But if he ain't got time, he just started school.
Steve, you might have to invite Rob over to watch.
I ain't watching that shit. Goddamn,
it'll be the best experience at my place, dude.
Yeah, it will be a great experience.
I don't want to experience horror. I lived in a basement. I don't need any more horror.
Dude, you grew up watching horror movies. How do you not like horror?
No, I grew up with the fear of fucking God in me from the church and fucking dad watching horror films. I thought that shit was real until I was like 25.
Right. But now you're 50 something. So you know it's not real, right?
But my brain can't fucking flip that shit. It doesn't know. I still don't like scary
Rob, this
movies.
is a
I'm
really
old
good movie.
now to choose not to watch stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
but dude, it's
you're
a
saying
good
this
movie.
actually has a good story too?
I think it's a good movie, not just a good horror movie. I think it's a good solid flick. It's a good story. It's almost like I don't want to say like classic horror, but it's got like Stephen King vibes to it, like with the characters. It's about an author, which is a very Stephen King device.
Okay.
I think it's about an author. It's very Stephen King.
More fucking stressed in my life. Jesus Christ.
Horror movies relieve stress. I find horror movies to relieve stress.
I hate horror. I don't like.
They heighten stuff and then you come down. It's not real. It's like I love it. I love horror movies. I love a good horror flick.
It's like, why do you want to be scared? I don't want to be scared.
I love that.
I don't
love
want to
that
be
feeling.
scared. I don't want to be bled. I don't want to be scared.
Do you want to be milked?
I don't want to be milked.
We don't even have nipples, Dad.
It makes no sense to me.
I think it's. Do you like roller coasters?
Yes, but that's not scary.
How's that not scary? I just read an article. No, that's way more terrifying because
I'm not scared of heights.
You can't die, but in a movie, watching a movie,
I could have a heart attack.
No, you're not gonna have a heart attack.
That is true. He could have a heart attack from.
You could have a heart attack. I had heart attacks in my sleep. I had, like in the state where you're most relaxed. That's when I had heart attacks. Where you're just like, and I'm like, oh, my heart's trying to kill me.
I'm pretty sure you can be scared to death, dude. That could fuck your heart.
Yeah, but not from a movie.
Yeah, why not?
Not from a fictional movie.
Depends on
movie.
It depends on. Yeah. Rob doesn't disassociate himself from the movies. He thinks it's real. So that actually could kill him.
We lost Steve.
Oh, he's back, Steve. Can you hear us?
Why am I? I can't see anybody. What is going on?
Oh, God damn it!
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Nope,
yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
He can't see us either.
Nodding. Oh, he can't see us. I'm nodding. Yes.
Hello?
Let me text him real quick.
Somebody text me if they can hear me. My clock's still running. I got no video.
And see you.
Fuck.
I don't want him to back out.
God damn it! I can't see or hear either one of you.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. All right.
All right. Well.
Listen though.
Well, that was new. He got like a circle.
I think he muted or just he did something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rob,
I
just
no
read an
lines,
article.
no nothing.
All right, tell me.
I just read an article that
what's going on.
I just read an article where the Magnum XL 200 malfunctioned at the very top.
Oh, really?
Cool.
And
they had to walk down the stairs.
That is a long ass. Dude, Keith,
that was terrifying.
Just finished the podcast
without I'd be scared to death to walk down from 200
feet. That is high. But I would love it.
And you're looking down, like you could see everything.
It's only like a railing and a stairs. And on the other side, there's no railing. It's just one railing on one side.
Yes. I would have to scoot down on my ass. I would be scooting down
on my
ass.
See, I'm not scared of heights, though.
Oh, I'd be terrified, dude. I'd be so terrified.
I'm not scared of heights. I'm scared of falling, but I'm not scared of heights.
That's what I mean. But like when you could, I'd probably get vertigo. I don't know. I didn't used to be like that.
Man, don't tell Keith that. He'll never ride another roller coaster.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up since Steve died. So we'll be back next week with Rob's favorite Sinister.
Oh gosh. All right.
But thanks for listening.
Ciao.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese.